if we dig into the psychological preparation, is there something to your mental preparation that you do that makes you successful? Like, what are the lessons over all these years that you learned? What works, what doesn't? Do you drink a bunch of whiskey the night before? Is there some small hacks or major ones about how you approach the game?
It's really hard, sort of, in a way, because I feel like I'm two different people. I was one person up until the pandemic as a professional chess player solely, where I earned all my income. Everything was derived from that. And from the pandemic on, I'm sort of a different person because that is not where I'm making my income from. And so the whole psychological profile that I had before is completely different from now. There's this joke about the "I literally don't care" phrase that I've used, and in a sense, what that means is not that I don't care. Obviously, I'm competitive. I want to do well. But if I lose a game or I don't do well in a tournament, it's not the end of the world in the same kind of way that I felt it was before, because that pressure of needing to always perform was very, very high. And so I think before the pandemic, what I would try to do more than anything is just not think about the previous game for the most part. Like, say I had a bad game, I'd go out for a walk that evening, just clear my mind. These sorts of things. Now, they aren't really hacks per se, but it's trying essentially to have short-term memory loss.
So I literally don't care. It's not just a meme. It's a philosophy.
In a sense,
It's a way of being.
I mean, it's basically that, yes, like, I do want to perform well. I'm going to give it my all. But it's not like if I lose a game, it's not the end of the world.
That should be the title of your autobiography, and it should be like I know you're probably immortal, but if you do happen to die, that should also be on your tombstone. Charles Bukowski has "Don't Try" on his tombstone.
Yes,
which I think emphasizes a similar concept, but slightly different, more in the artistic domain, which is well, a lot of people have different interpretations of that statement, but I think it means don't take things too seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that completely. I think that if you look at my career prior to the pandemic, I put huge amounts of pressure on myself because I really wanted to be as good as I could be, but it was the way I was earning a living. And one thing that's very difficult about chess is that only the top 20, maybe 30 players in the world make a living from the game. Now, you make a very good living. In no way am I diminishing chess, but the problem with it is it's not secure at all. So if you don't get invitations to the absolute top tournaments, which have prize funds from anywhere from maybe 100,000 up to potentially $500,000, if you don't get those invitations, it's very, very hard to earn a living. You can go from earning maybe $200,000, $300,000 a year to earning like 50,000. So it's very, very unstable. And I think for myself, I really put a lot of pressure on myself in a way that it affected me, and not in a good way.